How cool would it be if your designer tool, like Photoshop or Sketch, worked with .js files? If they had, instead of .psd or .sketch, it actually had the file format of .js. Wow. OK, I'll use this. OK, this is a tweet from a few days back. If React is a library to build interfaces, shouldn't it be the default file format of Photoshop or Sketch? It would be really cool, I guess. OK, let me introduce myself. I'm Sanket from Geeky Ants. Mike has already introduced me. We are the ones behind Nativebase. I'm not going to talk much about Nativebase, but here's a background. It's a UI library for React Native. And today morning, we reached 6,000 GitHub stars, so I had to edit my slide. And thank you. And if you see the stats of number of downloads of React Native, we are about 8 to 9% of the downloads of React Native. That means you can safely assume 100 apps built using React Native, 8 or 9 of them uses Nativebase. OK, so let's talk about what are the different phases of app development. Like, you come up with an idea, and you go through these phases. The first one is usually the graphics design phase. You use a tool like Photoshop or Sketch, and then get it designed. And the second stage is you convert that design given by your designer into something like, which is equivalent to React Native. You use view, touchable opacity, and text input, and all those things. So there's a conversion phase, and then you go ahead and implement your business logic. These days, we have been using Storybook a lot for that UI conversion phase. And then we implement the business logic using state management library and a lot of conditions and all those things. So there's a gap. The designers and developers, they don't speak the same language. It's a problem. We are spending the same amount of time by the designer doing the same thing into the conversion phase. And that's the gap which you see between the designers and developers. Wouldn't it be awesome if we can just skip it? If we can just directly go from graphics design phase to the data integration phase or the business logic phase? It would be amazing. And it would be way more cooler if we can do it bidirectional. Like, you give a design to the developer in .js format. They integrate their business logic. And then, if you come up with an idea later, designers can directly work on the end product. They won't be working on something else. So designers and developers can share that, the same code repo. That would be amazing. And that's why we have built BuilderX. Here is how it looks. So it's pretty much like your traditional design tools. But instead of working with its own format, it works with JavaScript files. Let me show you a demo. So here we are going to create a simple screen. So you just insert a simple rectangle, give it a color, and then you can just add an icon, maybe a menu icon, and you can add some text there, increase the size, change things as a designer. We're not coding yet. And in the end, you have the header ready with you. And what you can do with that, you get the source code for free. And you can make changes to the source code, which you can see on the screen, and vice versa, which is amazing. You can change things there in the designer tool and edit the code and do it one after the other, whichever you're comfortable with. That's not it. You can actually multi-select multiple layers from here and press Command-C to copy it, and then go back to VS Code and paste it. You get the source code. Yeah, and another good thing about this is that you can create reusable components. You can go ahead and select multiple layers. Let me just show it again. Yeah, so I go ahead and select multiple layers, and then create a symbol, which actually creates a new file. And then you can double-click and make changes to that particular component. We call it symbols. And then you can go back and create a new screen. Just press the plus button there. And you can import the same exact header component, which we created in the last screen. And you can anytime go ahead and double-click that and edit that particular component. Say, for example, change the background color. And it reflects at both the places. So this is something similar to symbols in Sketch, or if you have ever used a Ruby Flash or something. So this concept is similar to that. Let's design and build a weather app. So we'll just do the same thing. So we'll just import a simple image. In the background, it's putting an image tag, and it's requiring that image. And then we create a simple header, add the icon, and let's add a simple text box to take the input from the user. So imported a text input, and then give it a background color white, and placeholder, and all those things. And let's add another icon just to show the current weather condition there. And let's just add a simple cloud. And another text box would be added just to give you the temperature there at that location. And then we're done with the design part. And this is done by the designer. Once they save this project, they'll actually get a JavaScript React Native project. And then we can go ahead and integrate API in the same file which was given by the designer. So we have few things already. We can just go ahead and paste few things like API calls and add our action listener and all those things. And it just works. You can see the live demo on a real device. This is using Expo. And once we type in something, we just see the temperature. And we are reusing the code given by the designer. And that's not it. You can actually take back this code, which is integrated in the builder, and edit it. Say, if I want to change the background color of the header. You save it, and Expo shows you the live preview. This is amazing. Like, this works on the file system. So it updates the same file which developer gave the designer back. And Expo is listening to the same thing. So it just works all by itself. We didn't code that part of live review because it just works on the file system, and Expo listens to the files. Results, developers can save around 50% of the time working on more important stuff than converting the UI. We can iterate faster on our ideas. Developers can actually work on the actual code, designers, which is actually shipped. So they can work on a code which is already there and design from there. And the results are many more. We have a few more things on our list, which is to add the support of Flexbox, add the support of TypeScript, move the styling from inline to stylesheet.create, make it work for React Web, and also we'll be adding support for other platforms like Google Flutter and things like that. So in the end, we dream to bring designers and developers on the same file, keeping two things in mind. Design without boundaries for designers, and generate beautiful, readable, and editable code for integration. Yeah, you can download it today. It's right now in a closed alpha release, so you can leave your email address at builderx.io, and we'll just send you an invite maybe in a couple of days, and you can try it out. And we are looking for feedback and reviews, so try it out, give it a shot, and let us know how it goes with you. We are trying to improve it. We have been working on this from past 6 months. We look forward to add a lot of things and get reviews from you. This is the team back in India. They work day and night in past 2 weeks, in the weekends and everything. And this was when I was leaving for Poland. So that's it from me. Thanks a lot.